Very good afternoon and welcome to game 2 of the conservation games. Of course, we are trying to educate each other on the importance of conservation and raise funds for conservation in Zimbabwe. I've got two special guests with me today, former Zimbabwean test cricketer, Grant Flower, and now obviously has taken up a career in coaching. Grant, good to see you. It's been a while.
Thanks, Tino. It has been a while. Good to hear from you.
How's Colombo?
It's okay, mate. Yeah, good people. Yeah, nice culture. Yeah, I'm enjoying the experience. Thank you.
You're looking well. You're looking well. And Craig, welcome. Thank you for being with us. A name I've read about a lot in Zimbabwean rugby from the past, and an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Tino. Nice to meet you. Good to be here.
Yeah, right. All right, gentlemen, let's enjoy the next half-hour period. Very quickly, before we get started, I'll just run through the rules. We've got section 1, of course, which is where you'll be asking your opponent about their career. Okay, you'll have a choice of 2 questions from 4. We will then move on to the second section, which is the most important, of course, dealing with conservation. So we've got 2 preset questions for both of you, which if you get wrong, we will give to your opponent to see if they can get a half mark for that. And then the third section will be vice versa of the first. You've got a choice of 2 questions from 4, and you'll be asking your opponent about your own career. And then right at the end, of course, we've got a bit of animation and a bit of fun, with extra points being able to be made for your wild, wacky animations. So that's how we're going to go forward from here. We've got Grant Flower of Team Lion. We've got Craig Brown of Team Buffalo. And Craig, you can conduct the toss. Left or right? Mine.
Left.
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 Grant, you
My left man.
No, we'll go with Grant. Grant, are you going to ask the question first, or are you going to respond?
I'll ask.
Okay.
Craig, in the 1987 Zimbabwe World Cup squad, who were the 4 loose forwards?
Who were the 4 loose forwards? Mark Neal was 8th man. And why do you say 4 loose forwards? Do you think we only took 1 extra?
Hey, Vinny, I didn't make the questions, mate.
Can you hear me? I'll tell you, against Romania, the team that played, we had Mark Neal was 8th man, and the other flank was Rod Gray, and the other flank was, I think it was Dirk Buitendach. And then we had quite a few loose forwards on that tour. So I can tell you Adrian Smith, Errol Bradenkamp. Who else was there?
Very, very sharp memory. You've mentioned the 4 that I've got down here. So I'll give you a point for that. I've got Dirk Buitendach, Rod Gray, Errol Bradenkamp, and Mark Neal. Next question, Grant.
Name the 4 props in the 1991 Zimbabwe World Cup team.
4 props? What have you got to think about 4 props for?
I think we're referring to the full squad here.
Yeah, don't shoot the messenger, mate.
No one takes 4 props, except for Zim. We had Gary Snyder, Robin Hunter, Adrian Garvey, obviously, and geez, who was another one there? It was, I think that's good enough.
Right.
Oh, you've done well.
Yeah, you've done pretty well there. You've given me 3 out of the 4 that I've got. I've got Garvey, Hunter, Nichols, and Snyder.
Alex. Okay.
But I will be kind and I'll give you a full mark for that. Well done.
Thanks, Tino.
Right. Moving on.
Why are you being kind?
Well, because that's a good effort.
Exactly. It's a very good effort.
Yeah. Good memory. Right. Let's move on then.
Right. Put my glasses on, sadly. Grant, who captained Bangladesh in your last test?
Habibul Basha.
You sure?
No, I'm not, but I'll stay with that.
Yeah, okay. Good guess. Yeah, Habibul Basha, well done. A point for you, Grant.
Yeah, thank you, Tino. So take that, mate.
Next question, please, Craig.
Right. I'm going to give you something that's quite difficult. In your last ODI, you played South Africa at Poch. Zim lost,
Correct.
but scored a credible 268. Who top scored in that game and how many runs?
Poch. Yeah, I'm struggling, mate. I'm struggling a lot. I know it was, if I get the name right, is that half a point?
Yes, I'll give you half a point if you get the name right.
Okay, I'll go with Tatenda Taibu.
Okay. Well done. And I'll give you a leeway of 10 runs either side of the score.
Okay.
For a full
I'll
mark.
go 85.
Yeah, well done. He actually got 78, Grant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well done. Okay, so good start from both of you in that first section. You both got your questions right. And at the end of that first section, you are both sitting at 2 points apiece. Right, let's move on to the preset conservation questions. Grant, you asked first in that first section. So I'll ask you your 2 questions first.
Okay.
Right. Mana Pools, Grant, is a World Heritage Site and your personal favorite national park. Where does the term mana come from and what does it mean?
Oh, yeah, good question, Tina.
Yeah, well, I'd expect you to know it, seeing it's your favorite. Unless you just put something down for the sake of it.
Mana, has that got something to do with food?
No, unless it's food and there's a certain number of it, yes. So I've given you a clue.
Yes, well, there are a number of pools in that region called Mana Pools, and that is where the animals congregate around there to feed and drink, correct?
How many pools?
If I get within a certain amount, I get a point.
No, not this time. I decide that.
Okay. I'll go 7.
Not a bad guess. Do you know, Craig, the answer?
Have no clue.
No clue. Okay, so mana comes from the Shona word for 4. There's 4 pools, and that's where mana pools comes from. So nothing for you there, Grant Flower. Let's move on to your second question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your favorite animal's the cheetah.
Yes, because it's nice and fast, opposite of you.
Okay, I like that. Very good. So seeing that it's so nice and fast, what is its top recorded speed?
70 miles per hour.
Can you give that to me in kilometers, please?
No, I can't.
Okay, well.
Am I right or am I wrong with 70 miles per hour?
70 miles per hour. What I'll do is I'll come back to you, Grant, because I'm going to have to calculate that. I've got kilometers per hour here. So
and just to qualify, it takes a cheetah only 3 seconds to get up to 70 miles per hour.
Okay, I've got kilometers per hour. So we'll come back to that. But I like the confidence in your answer. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I see your favorite park is Mana Pools as well.
Yep.
Your favorite conservationist is Ed Stafford.
Yeah.
who walked the length of the Amazon, which was 6,400 kilometers. How long is the Zambezi River? And I will give you
within 1,000 Ks.
Ks each way.
100 Ks.
Yeah, each way.
The Zambezi River, eh?
Yes.
Is 1,200 kilometers long.
Okay. All right, you're a bit out on that one. Grand Flower for a half mark.
Geez, I'll go 800 Ks.
All right. Okay, so you're both quite far out there. It is 2,574 Ks long.
How much?
2,574.
Where does that start from?
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere very far from where it ends, that's for sure. Right, guys.
Oh, sorry, Tino. No, Tino, you're the quiz master. Craig asked you a direct question. Oh, why can you not answer?
No, because I don't have that on here. I've got the answer to how long it is. And I asked the question.
Green,
right.
okay,
Right.
Green, if you have that, we'll let it go. Okay.
Next question, Craig.
Yeah.
Your favorite animal is the elephant.
Yes.
What is its gestation period?
4 months.
No. No. Very far off. Grant, for half a mark?
12.
No, you're both out there. It's actually 22 months.
Keepers.
Yeah, 22 months. So at the end, gentlemen, of our second section, the conservation, Grant Flower, you lead by a whisker. You've got 3 points. Craig, you have got 2.
Our wildlife needs help. Tourism to Africa is at an all-time low. You can assist by liking and sharing the conservation games. You can contribute financially by hitting the donate button on the Zambezia.com website. Let's get together and back up the frontline conservation team.
Right, moving on to section 3, guys. This is the reverse, of course, of the first section. And you'll be asking each other about your own career. Craig, would you like to ask Grant first?
The World Cup in 1987, which was the first World Cup, was played in which countries? Grant?
1987.
Yep, 1987.
UK, England.
Very close.
There's 2
That was
countries.
91.
So if you get the other one right, I'll give you a half mark.
Sorry, not England then.
No, this is the Rugby World Cup, yeah?
Yes.
Grant?
Oh, sorry.
He's asking about his career. Let's stay with the program.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 countries. If you get one right, I'll give you half mark.
Very close.
I'll give you a quick clue. They've got to be pretty close to each other. Otherwise,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
I get that.
Okay.
Ireland.
And
Ireland and Wales.
no. New Zealand and Australia. Very quickly, Craig, how many games did we play in that World Cup? And how did we do?
We played 3 games in the World Cup itself. And unfortunately, we lost all 3.
Okay.
The first one was against Romania, which was very close, very heartbreaking loss.
Yeah.
Second one was against Scotland, and the third one was against France. And then we went actually on to Australia and played Western Australia and Southern Australia, which we won both games.
Okay. And was that the first ever Rugby World Cup, or was that Zim's first ever?
First ever Rugby World Cup, the inaugural World Cup.
We took part in the first ever. Grant, your next question from Craig.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you a tough one. Because I actually don't know too much myself. How many rugby tests did I play for Zim?
You played 13. You started in 12 and you sub for 1. You won 3 and you lost 10. And you played 4 World Cup games, 1987 to 1991.
Jeez,
so,
God.
Tino,
Done a bit of homework.
That.
I see. Earned an extra point. Let's go with your questions for yourself, Grant.
Craig? Okay.
Yeah.
Greeny, how many test matches did I play and what was my batting average?
You see, now this is a problem. I've moved from the office where I had all this shit written down for a better Wi-Fi signal, and I should have stayed there. You played test matches.
Yeah. Do you want me to ask you a different question? I can.
No, I had it.
Question,
if I'm not mistaken, was it 141?
No, it was, what, Tino, you carry on?
Yeah, let's just see if you can get the average or close to, and you can get a half mark.
The average, if I think was it 87?
No.
I wish.
You might still be playing now if it was. Right, 67.
67.
And an average of 29.54.
Cheapers, eh? I don't think I had that written down, to be honest.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, that average wasn't the best, Greeny. Greeny, in 1997, I became the first Zimbabwean to do what against New Zealand?
To do the haka on the field when you got bowled out.
No, we left that to Guy Whittle. He was the only one that did the haka.
Let me think.
I'll give you a clue. It was a test match.
Yes. You were the first Zimbabwean ever to hit a double century or 2 centuries in a test match.
Spot on.
Good effort, Greeny.
Yes.
Have you got the scores by any chance?
Yeah, no, I've got them, but they're in my office.
Okay. All right. No, I'll give you that point. So at the end of section 3, gentlemen, Grant Flower, you lead again by a whisker. You're on 4 points. Craig, you're on 3. And we move on to the wacky wild card section. Now, this is worth 1 mark. So you've got an opportunity to close the game here, Grant Flower, for the Lions. And the Buffalo, if Grant doesn't get it right, then you've got an opportunity to maybe get a full point and ease the game off. Right, so this is how it works, gentlemen. I'm going to show you 5 cards. These 5 cards. This is card 1, 2, 3, 4, and card 5. Grant,
I can't see anything. You're frozen.
Yeah, don't worry. You just pick a card, and then I'll show you what's on the card. You can go first, Grant, because you're leading at this stage.
So what do you want me to say?
You need to choose a card between 1 to 5, and then you need to
Okay, 3.
animate what it says.
3.
Card number 3. This is a good one.
I'm sure.
So for some extra marks, Grant, and you don't need some space for this, you can do it right where you are. The hippo, yawn, and grunt.
Okay.
As animated as you can make.
Oh. Okay, done.
Okay. Well, I thought you could have put a little bit more effort into that. You sure you don't want to have another go?
Okay. Oh.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll give you half a mark for that. Grant?
Well, Tino, do you know hippos? That's also a sign of aggression. So I was trying to exude a bit of aggression when
That's all right.
not only having.
I thought you could have done a little bit better. So you get half a mark for that.
Okay.
Great. 4 cards remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Give me number 4, please.
Card number 4.
Rhino, run and charge.
You've got lots of space there, so looking forward to this.
Right. Rhino, run and charge. Are we ready?
So what I'm wearing. Okay. Rhino, run and charge. Let's go for it.
Rhino, run and charge, eh?
Rhino, run and charge. You can get the chair out the way.
Out the way, chair. Here we go.
All right. I'm happy with that, Craig. I think for your enthusiasm, I'm going to give you a full point for that.
Thank you, Tino.
So, guys, at the end, congratulations to Grand Flower and Team Lion with 4.5 points, just pipping the Buffaloes, Craig, with 4 points. But really well played, guys. And thank you very much for agreeing to take part in the conservation games. Just before you get on with that Grand Flower, any parting words before you leave us?
No, Tino, thanks for your time. And Craig, great to chat again and have a bit of fun. And it's a great concept by Robin and Luke. And I really hope it's successful, which I'm sure it will be. But thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot, Grant.
Cheers.
Craig?
Thanks, Grant. Good to see you, mate.
Yes, Craig, all the best.
You too, bud.
Got some parting words for us, Craig?
Yeah, I just have to sort of reiterate what Grant said. It's a wonderful concept. It's good fun, brings attention to what's needed. And yeah, good to see Grant, good to see you. And nice to see Rob and all the people. And yeah, looking forward to the next one. And sorry to Team Buffalo that I didn't pull through, but didn't have much time to prepare. Next time I will be more prepared.
No, I think the enthusiasm was good, guys, from both of you. And I think the most important thing, of course, is to make sure that we educate people as much as we can on conservation. That's it then from us here at Conservation Games. That was game number 2, Grand Flower. Just pipping Craig Brown by 0.5 point, winning by 4.5 points to 4. And of course, please, when you get an opportunity, take time to visit our website, www.zambezia.com. You can have a look at some of the wonderful work that we are doing with conservation in Zimbabwe. And of course, there's a PayPal platform on that website if you feel you would like to contribute to conservation in Zimbabwe. So until next time, thank you very much for being with us. Grant and Craig, take care, and we'll see you again soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Tino.
Cheers, Tino. Cheers, Craig.